Hello, everybody. My name is Harold Games, and welcome back to NCAA Basketball Imperialism. I believe this is part 16 already. 16 parts of Imperialism. We are still not really that close to being done. We're down to the final 68, I believe, teams. And I forgot to end the episode off of a general big view of the map, so I'm going to start off this episode with the big view of the map. If you are coming to this video after part 14 and not watching part 15, it's going to look interesting and weird considering Jacksonville State, this team, the team that I was joking about how they're not going to move far as I was butchering their logo. Not only did they beat UNC Wilmington, they beat the Florida Gators somehow. Somehow they beat the Florida Gators, and they own majority of the Southeast region. Other notable expansions, Villanova expanded and Providence expanded. And we had Notre Dame getting some chances, but we saw a lot of teams that have yet to get a chance to expand. Gonzaga continues their expansion. If they beat South Dakota State, then they will own all of California but this tiny sliver that is owned by Oregon. So, and they will also own Hawaii. So, yeah. So let's start out. Or before I start the video, make sure you check out NattyKash's videos and his series and his channel overall. All of his videos, or all of his channel, will be linked in every single one of the videos in the description, in my description, so you can check out his channel. He had some decent work with Car Simulator, but his best videos have been this NCAA Basketball Imperialism. So he is the originator, as far as I know. So he deserves full credit for this for this idea. So let's get underway. If you guys don't know how imperialism works, then make sure you check out his videos, his first video, or my videos, the beginning of my series, to fully understand imperialism. But the Iona Gales, it's been a while since we've seen them expand, or get a chance to expand, but here they are. Tobin Anderson, Tobin Anderson or Tobin Anderson, I believe, the former FDU Fairleigh Dickinson coach, got an extension, and Rick Pitino is going on. I can't remember who he's coaching with now, but who he agreed to. But Iona will be attacking Northeast, which that looks like that is going to be UConn. It's not going to be easy for the Rick Pitino squad. We're going to consider this still Rick Pitino's squad, and we're going to consider this arrow pointing towards UConn. So Iona against UConn. Also, if you guys don't know, I give home court advantage to the team that is considered attacking. I know it's not exactly how it's supposed to be, but that is what I'm going to do for my series. I believe NattyKash has the home team being the defending team. And UConn, it was a close game, and there were a couple instances where UConn or Iona had a nice lead, putting like a 7-point lead, but then they kind of faltered and they got back, took a 1-point lead, but just couldn't do anything with it. So Iona's run is done, and UConn, just like that, get a little bit bigger. You got to start watching out for them because they are also a powerhouse that you don't want to mess with. This region, we also have to do a good job at not cutting off this logo that I still can't figure out what team plays, what this team is. This team right here. I don't see them on the map. I don't know what to do with that team. I'm like lost. I could probably look for it again, but oh jeez, that is way too big. Well, it kind of expands into Providence land. Apologies, Iona. You had a nice little run going, and congratulations for making the tournament top 68. Unfortunately for the Gales, you are officially done from this tournament. This part of land is not Iona's. This is Fordham's land. So UConn continues. The Gales are done. We're down to 66 teams left in Imperialism. And next team to play is going to be the Blue Devils. It's been a while since we've seen them play. But Duke will get their chance to expand. Now, if they play against Jacksonville State, I fully expect to have to spend 20 minutes of calling Duke in. But we will see where the Blue Devils will be attacking. They will be going pretty much west, northwest. It's northwest, right? It's slightly northwest. Yeah, it's going to be Liberty. Liberty against Duke. Hoping for a Liberty win. So I really don't want to get a Duke t-shirt. Also, when we move on to like the professional sports of basketball, NBA and NFL, or NBA, NFL, MLB, it's going to be a lot easier to get to these teams because I know all teams for all those leagues. Duke will take the victory. They actually had some struggle. They got out to a nice lead, but then they struggled quite a bit. But then once they came back, they took over. They had some droughts, but Duke will expand west/northwest. Their land will get a little bit bigger. Congratulations to them. And for Liberty, unfortunately, you only expanded once, but you lasted this far. I know you really didn't get a chance, but you lasted a decent amount of time. Virginia Sun, I was making sure. I believe I cut off their sword in one of the episodes, so I feel bad for that. But and there I go. That was me hitting my table. There I go, butchering whatever that logo. I don't know what that logo is. What I do like is we've been spending a lot of time in this series up in this northeastern region. We haven't been spending too much time in the Midwest. I mean, we spent a lot of time in this eastern and northeastern region, which I like because if we haven't, then we would be spending a lot of time in these regions now. Duke moves on. Liberty, their flame will be extinguished. And the Bonnies, they're getting a chance. They've only expanded once, I believe, this entire video, which was the first episode. So since then, they've never been attacked, and they've gotten the luck of not having to attack. But they're going to have to attack now, and the pressure's on, and they're going up against, this is a tough team, Penn State. Whoever wins is going to get a big logo in the center. If Penn State wins, I'm just going to expand their logo a little bit. If the Bonnies win, then they will shift southeast on their logo. But St. Bonaventure against Penn State. This is going to be a good game. Who will win? Bonaventure, Penn State. Here we go. Home court advantage for the Bonnies. And it is Penn State just controlling the game since they were losing by 2. Yeah. Penn State's a powerhouse, boys. The Bonnies, they had home court advantage too. Penn State will continue their expansion to the north and northeast. So it's not going to get easy for them, but it's not going to get easy for these teams surrounding them, which I'm waiting for us to play. This is also going to look weird because this is like white, which I guess I don't have to. It's going to look very weird. I'm probably going to have to draw a black border there to say hey. It's going to look a little weird. It's going to look like part of the USA was deleted. So we will do that right now so it doesn't look bad. I think it was already white. Yeah, it was already white on there. So I'm just gonna draw in just above it, like right there. So that way it looks actually decent. Doesn't look like part of the United States fell off. Oh jeez, that is not what you want. This is what you want. I'm going to do my best not to completely delete logos / a border that I just created as I delete some of Penn State's logo. There's a little speck on my screen, and I keep thinking it's land that needs to be filled in, but it's not. This is going to get weird if Penn State starts taking control of these borders out here in the east. I don't know why I don't know why the original map had them as whites. No, it's not going to be easy. I guess I could have made like the entire background blue to signify the ocean, but might have confused me and hurt some people's eyes. There we go. Penn State's land, and we'll just do a little bit of logo expansion. Not really. You really can't tell. We're just going to extend our logo like that. So they look like more of a powerhouse. So Penn State moves on. The Bonnies are unfortunately eliminated. We're down to 64. The final 64 teams. We played through the round of the first four, and the UNLV Rebels, which I don't think they're on here. No. So still in the round of 64. We're starting at around 64, and finally George Washington. We finally get this team to play where they or here they are. This is the weirdest chunk of land. They can only play against Villanova or George Mason. Where will they be attacking? Southeast, which that is Villanova. Villanova against George Washington. I don't think George Washington is going to pull off upset the video, but if they do, oh boy, what a video if George Washington is able to pull off the upset against Nova. Yeah, I was not expecting that. They actually had the lead for some time, but yeah, Villanova. No doubt about it. This is going to be the most awkward piece of coloring in imaginable. All I'm doing is literally just there. There we go. George Washington is done. Just like that. That was like the easiest elimination. I don't know how they made the round of 64. They made the round of 64. Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles. That's a team that I don't think is on the map. And yeah. I do want to see what their logo looks like, though. Where is Indiana at? I believe that's them. We're next to Evansville, but Evansville was eliminated a long time ago. Down to 61 teams. Cal State Fullerton. Don't believe they are on here either. We'll try and find them. Cal Poly. Assuming they're down here. Santa La Mesa. Guess not. Where's Cal State? That's Pepperdine. Oh, here you go. Cal State Fullerton. Yeah, they're not on the map either. If you can see, besides San Diego State, it's all Gonzaga. So We are continuing to get rid of unnecessary teams. We're down to 60. Oh boy. The second biggest team, well, probably not the second biggest team, but one of the biggest powerhouses on this map is going to be attacking if they play against Oral Roberts and lose. The amount of memes that could be created. They'll be going southwest, though, which based off of the logo, that is going to be TCU. So this is going to completely surround Oral Roberts. So if we land on Oral Roberts, then it's potentially done for them. But the Sooners against TCU. Now this is a matchup where I expect Oklahoma to lose. TCU is a good team. Here, Oklahoma. So we'll see if TCU can win, or if Oklahoma can attack and defend simultaneously. And they do. So TCU is done, and Oklahoma just had a nice end of the first half and controlled the entire second half. Just like that, Oklahoma will surround Oral Roberts completely. TCU's run is done. So I guess the Longhorns now own Texas. Or no, Houston. Houston and the Longhorns are going to battle out for Texas now, assuming Oklahoma doesn't continue their expansion south in this episode. Not too big of an expansion for the Sooners, but decent amounts. I mean, at this point, you're knocking off a good team, and you're continuing your expansion. I mean, Oklahoma are good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. Considering they beat Kansas in last episode, or not last episode, but a few episodes ago. But yeah, Oral Roberts, you're now surrounded. So if we land on Oral Roberts, no need to spin the wheel. It's going to be Oklahoma regardless. So there you go. Oklahoma, they almost look like the state of Texas on their outline, kind of. Like a wider version of them. Oklahoma moves on. TCU are done. We're down to the final 59 teams. Cleveland State, the Vikings. I believe this is their first opportunity to play. They are up here. Yes, it is. Does not look like they had a chance to expand, and they could attack two teams that have never had a chance to expand either, Bowling Green and Akron. Can't go north. They can go northwest, which that is technically going to be Toledo. It's like west-northwest from the center of the logo. Yeah, we're going to make that Bowling Green. We're going to have Bowling Green get a chance to play. Bowling Green against, was that Cleveland State? Yeah. Cleveland State, the Vikings against Bowling Green. I just want to get them an opportunity to play. It's very close to one or the other, but Cleveland State, one of the teams had to lose, but it looks like they were never trailing besides the beginning of the game, where it was like a back and forth start, and they kind of took advantage of it, and they never really gave it up. They ran away with it in the end. So the Vikings, I believe they're in the Horizon League. They get their first expansion west. Congratulations to them. For Bowling Green, I apologize, but your run is done after one. But you did make the round of 64. By doing nothing, but you made the round of 64. It's an awkward bit of teams making the round of 64. Also, I want to point out my March Madness predictions are gone down the drain. I believe I picked Arizona to win on my bracket too. I lost in the first game. On my one bracket where I believe I have Alabama winning, I still have 94% of it correct. Haven't been too bad. Nowhere near perfect, but I did get the complete West region right on the round of 64, so I'm happy for that. Bowling Green's not on here, so we just continue on the spins. The Xavier Musketeers. Where is it? Okay, here we go. I believe they're just a team down here. Yeah, they have the small logo because they're not really in a position where I could expand them properly. I guess I could have expanded them, but we'll just leave it there. They could still technically play against Indiana if they get like straight south, which they're going northwest, which that is going to be Ohio State. So Xavier against Ohio State. This matchup is going to be interesting. Xavier against Ohio State. This is the Buckeyes' second chance to expand. And Xavier, a 3-point win. It actually wasn't that close these final minutes until Xavier could not score the basket. I'm assuming they were playing the foul game at one point, but it was a nice lead for Xavier, about 10, and a nice second half run for Ohio State, and then it was back and forth. Then Xavier took the lead, and it was close again, and Xavier took it once and for all. So Xavier, they will beat Ohio State by 3, and now they will get their deserved logo expansion. So congratulations to them. Oh jeez, that's not what you want to do. Because if I control Z, that's gonna like get rid of the. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Here we go. There we go. So, fortunately for the Buckeyes, they are done, but one less Big Ten team that is moving on. Yeah, Xavier will get their deserved logo expansion. I'll kind of get this entire region to Xavier because they deserve it. There we go. There we go. And whoosh. This is a giant logo for Xavier. I should shrink it up a little bit so I can fit it in here. There we go. And then we will just continue on filling this in. Doesn't look like anything happened. There we go. Xavier starts to become a powerhouse. The Buckeyes are done. I'm surprised they're done. They're not even on here, which is funny. Next team. Mississippi State. I thought Michigan was finally going to get a chance to play, but Mississippi State, they control an interesting, weird layout of land. But imagine if Oklahoma plays against them. Imagine if Mississippi State plays against Oklahoma and beats Oklahoma. I don't think that's going to be a matchup, though, as they're going southwest to face, I believe it's Arkansas State, but we will double check just to make sure. That is truly Arkansas State, it is. So, Mississippi State against Arkansas State. Missouri State, Mississippi State went up against Arkansas State. Arkansas State home court advantage for Mississippi State. Bulldogs, I believe. And oh my gosh. How do you score 33 points in 40 minutes? What? Jeez. I don't even want to know how long of their droughts were. Jeez. Yeah, Arkansas State. Apologies, but man, you didn't even show up in your tournament round. I mean, for granted, Mississippi State is a good team. They are a tournament team, but man. Of course, I know their football team is decent. I don't know about their basketball team. Their basketball team could be dog water compared to their football team. There we go, Mississippi State, and we will also get their logo expanded as well. Maybe not necessarily expanded, but changed to make them more centered. There we go. Bulge this out. That way it's easy to fill this in. I'll just spend a minute. There we go. Mississippi State continues their expansion. We got to get rid of Arkansas State, which they are not on here. So we will just continue on our expansion. And we have the Fordham Rams, which they are all the way up here. This little land right here. Really no place they can go besides UConn, this team, and then if they get the draw, this team, and I still cannot figure out what that team is. And I think they're going to... Yeah, that's going to be them, so we're going to have to figure out what the heck kind of team this is. Which if you... Where's Fordham? Here's Fordham. Yeah, they're not on here, so I don't know if that's supposed to be Hofstra or what. So it doesn't look like an eagle. It should, and it's too pixelated. It's next to the Green Eagle team, which here's them, Wagner. I don't know what that team is supposed to be. It's like impossible to really figure out because they're not Monmouth. I believe we already had Monmouth playing. They lost. It's not Hofstra. It's not St. Peter's, the Peacocks. So here's Wagner. They're like just east of Wagner, so it would either be St. Francis Brooklyn or Hofstra. So I cannot tell what that team is because it's too pixelated. And if I zoom in like that, that's not going to work. 3D view, does that do anything? That's not what I want. Whoa, what did I do? Oh, here we go. This is nice, but I cannot. Okay, we're just going to get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know what to do for that team. I don't know. I don't know if I should give Fordham the automatic win or just take a shot in the dark and have them play against like St. Francis Brooklyn something. So I can't. Here, let me do that. This might be weird. I'm gonna try and select our logo and expand it so I can try and figure out what the heck this team is. Oh, that did not work. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do for this team, so I'm just going to consider this because I can't tell what that is. where are they at? They're near New York. New York basketball teams. New York college basketball teams. Not baseball. My gosh, is that Army? No, Army was already. That could be Army, but I can't tell if that's Army. Images. That is not what I'm looking for. Well, this isn't gonna really give me anything. What's south of Fordham? Okay. So here's Fordham. Columbia. What is that team in between Long Island and Brooklyn? That's not what I want. Maybe that is Long Island. Let me see if I can click on Long Island, Brooklyn. I can't even click on Long Island. Oh, here we go. Well, that's going to be a Division 3? What? I don't even know what that team is. We're going to just count that as not that NBC app. We're just going to consider that as. Let me look up where Army plays. Oh, they're north. I don't know. I don't know what the team is, so we're just gonna consider that Brooklyn. Where's Fordham at? Oh my gosh, I'm way off. Fordham, and I don't do like Brooklyn. Just see what. We'll just see what happened when Brooklyn's not even on here. Long Island? Are they on here? I don't think they are. We will check. Long Island University. Let's just see what their logo looks like. We don't even know what their logo looks like, but we're gonna count that as Long Island. So Fordham will take the victory because I can't be ours. I can't. I don't want to spend an hour trying to figure out what kind of team that is. So we'll just give it to Fordham. Oh jeez, that's way too big. Or what am I doing? It goes all the way down here. Congrats to Fordham. You got the win. I don't know if it was deserving necessarily, but you pick up the win. Like I said, I don't know what that team is. I don't want to spend an hour of the video trying to figure out what the heck that team is. What the heck is that noise outside? Anyways, Fordham will win. I don't know if Long Island is on here. We will check it anyways. No, they are. Brooklyn isn't on here. No. New York. No, I don't see any teams. So we'll just continue on. Detroit Mercy. Are they on here? I believe they played. No, Toledo must have beaten them. So Detroit Mercy's gone. Out of 58 teams. And Kent State, the Golden Eagles, or the Golden Flashes, not the Golden Eagles. They're going to get a chance to play. They've already expanded before. Where will they play? Or be attacked? Northwest. Which technically, that is technically a part of Cleveland State. Yeah, that's Cleveland State. So, Kent State against Cleveland State. It's going to be interesting. Here we go. Kent State and then Cleveland State. the Battle of the States, the Battle of Northern Ohio, and Kent State with a 3-point victory over the Vikings. It was very close all throughout, run after run. But after Kent State took this lead, besides that those two possessions, they never gave it up. So Kent State wins, and they will get a nice little expansion west. It's a weird expansion for them, but they nonetheless get that expansion west over the Vikings. So leave Kent State vulnerable, though, because they can't really have a logo change, and their land is very vulnerable to being attacked. Cleveland State, they are not going to survive in this Imperialism tournament. Getting down close to the round of 32 at this point. Don't think we're going to be able to get down into the 40s this episode, let alone the 30s, but you will see. We still have about 25 minutes. So, I'll expand our stuff a little bit. There we go. We're best not to butcher these borders that I created. As I continuously butcher the border that I created. So now they become vulnerable to Xavier. That still looks pretty cool. Kent State. Cleveland State, obviously to be eliminated in the same night as you got a chance to attack is not great, but you still survived to the main tournament. And for the Kent State Golden Flashes, you're continuing on in this main tournament. There we go. And Cleveland State will be off the wheel. I believe they are on here because I believe we landed on them. We had the Vikings. So we are down to 57 teams in this tournament. The first 7, 64, and the Penn State Indy Lions. That's the thing. We're gonna get a lot more repeats. They will get an opportunity to continue their empire. Where will they be attacking? Southwest, which from their logo, it's like southwest. It looks like James Madison University. I don't think from the center of the logo, which is like right here, I don't think that's going to be enough to hit Xavier. I think it's going to be James Madison. So Penn State against James Madison. Where is Penn State at? Here we go. Penn State against James Madison. I'm assuming they're just considered James Madison on here. Yeah. This would be upset of the video if James Madison can win, and which they only lose by 6. Wasn't really close. But a nice little run at the end made it close. A 6-point loss. They won 26 of the 67 simulations that were created by people. But Penn State will take even further south land off of James Madison's hands. James Madison is one and done. And Penn State, they are beginning to really take control of this region in the Northeast. Between them and Xavier, up here in this region, and eventually we're going to get these two teams playing against each other. I just don't believe that warranted a matchup right there. I don't think the arrow was, as I continue to butcher the Virginia's land, I don't think that arrow was really pointing towards Xavier. It was more southwest than south, and yes, that would be considered Xavier. But that was a lot further south than west. So, based off of that, that is how James Madison smashed up, and fortunately for James Madison, they lost. But I don't think they would have gotten past maybe one win in this region at this point in the tournament. So the powerhouses are really going to start showing themselves, and the weaker schools who have not played before, have only played once, are going to start to show why they're a weaker school. Obviously, the smaller schools don't mean bad, but not going to mean powerhouses either in some places. But it's cool to see these expansions. Penn State continues to expand, and for James Madison, if you're on here, you are done. It looks like all the J's are gone. Yeah, all the J's are gone, so you'll continue to spin. And we got Notre Dame, almost Northwestern, but Notre Dame, which they cannot play Northwestern. Cannot cross the lake. The only reason why Northwestern has a bit of land on here is because they beat Milwaukee very early on in the series. It might have been the first episode. But where will the Irish be playing? They can be attacked by the Wildcats, Northwest, which that can't happen because Lake Michigan is in their way. So we will spin again. Southeast. That's going to be Butler. Butler against Notre Dame. Will the Irish be able to come away with this victory? Or will Butler be able to come away with a nice upset? And it is Notre Dame by one. It was a last-second shot. This was like quite literally a last-second shot. It was 61-64. And it was a 3 or maybe a 2, and then Butler just couldn't play defense at the end of it. Maybe he couldn't hit free throws. Maybe he turned it over. We don't know exactly what happened. Actually, we could actually look. Where is that? Scroll it down. Let's see what happened. Steal, turnover, buckets. So 63-64. Missed 2-point shot by Butler, and then a 2-point shot made at the end. So yeah. It was a turnover to make it a 1-point game. Yeah, Notre Dame. This is actually a good bit of land that they get to expand onto, and that border now does not matter. This might actually be not quite the same exact color. Butler is slightly a little bit lighter, but it will still border in this region. Yeah, Notre Dame. They're starting to kick off their imperialism quite well. And they get a nice little region up here too, as I forgot Purdue Fort Wayne lost to Butler. One of the last couple episodes. I believe it might have been episode 12 or 13. Here we go. There we go. Actually get rid of this border now. Since that doesn't matter, and I don't want to get confused, we will just kind of expand this a little bit. Continue to drawing. Sometimes it's tough to tell with this area. There we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh, that's going to completely... Okay, you know what? We'll do this. There we go. Cincinnati deserves that land because that was on accident by me. They deserve to get that land back. That's what happens when you're a little bit tired and are just kind of flailing away with your arm. can see this is a nice expansion for the Irish, as they are now starting to take a decent control of the Midwest region. Not quite approaching the Great Lake regions. They still need to get a decent run. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, so Notre Dame moves on. And for Butler, we got rid of Butler, yeah. For Butler, you are done. We're down to 56 teams now. It's getting really easy to read these teams. And Ball State, I believe that is a team that is no more, because I believe Ball State is in Indiana. We'll double check. Yeah, Ball State is in Indiana, so that's not what I want to do. We'll get rid of them. Next team, the Iowa State Cyclones. It's been a while since we've gone to them. It has been a long time. Very long time. We will see where they will be attacking. Could be going up against Oklahoma. I would feel worried for Oklahoma, but they're going northeast, which I believe we're going to have a Big Ten matchup. Iowa State against Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. First time the Golden Gophers are getting a chance. They were not that good this season. They were injury plagued, but still they weren't the best. Iowa State going up against the Golden Gophers. Minnesota, 1-court advantage. Submits. This would be a big piece of land to expand on if the Cyclones can win, and they do by 10. Nice victory for them. It's close, very close, 1-point game, but then Iowa State kind of just ran away with a 10-point victory at the end of it. And just like that, Cyclones can take control of this land. They can get rid of this border. That border is no more. And they will easily take this land over Minnesota now. It looks very similar in terms of colors, but I'm still going to fill out like this border thing. I'm probably doing this a little too big. Can't really tell the difference, so I don't think there's really no need. I don't think there's really a need to outline the border, but I'm still going to do it anyways, because why not? Also, I haven't mentioned this for a couple of episodes now, but whoever plays in the Final Four, first of all, we'll have a stream for I would say the Elite Eight. We will have a stream, including the championship game, on my Twitch channel, which is the exact same. We're gonna need a border. No, I think we're good here. Actually, it's the exact same as my YouTube channel, but I will start linking my Twitch to these videos when I can. That way it's easier for you guys to find. You're not like scrambling. But yeah, when I get an opportunity, I'll make sure I'll get it. And my Twitter is on my YouTube channel about page. I think it's where it's at. I could also link that in the description. Both my Twitch and my Twitter has the same exact logo profile pic as YouTube. This is really hard to see. So there is where you'll get your updates. Since I had the ability to create community posts, I'll also create that with the link. But when I get to the Elite Eight, I will do that in the stream, and in the national championship for the land will consist of a best of 7. It won't be a one and done, because And that'll be very quick. It'll be a best of 7. Whoever wins the best of 7 series will win Imperialism. We'll draw on their land. And off stream, I will purchase the shirt because I don't want people to hack my info. Yeah, so that's how it will go for the Elite 8 round. So one of these videos down the line, and it's going to be shorter than. Probably don't have to. Probably going to be shorter than usual, and that is because we get down to the Elite 8. But Iowa State moves on. Minnesota is done. They should be on here. Not on here, so we'll continue to spin. College of Charleston. So I believe right, and I believe I added them in. I believe that's the Citadel, right? Yeah. So this is College of Charleston, which they have the smallest piece of land, and I think they cannot. Yeah, they can't attack anyone but Jacksonville State. So College of Charleston against Jacksonville State. We'll see. College of Charleston against Jacksonville State. That's not the right area. Jacksonville State home court advantage for College of Charleston. And College of Charleston, there it is. Upset of the video, and the Gamecocks, unfortunately, will lose to a tournament team. And all of this land is going to be in favor of College of Charleston now. And the worst part is they're going to have probably a color issue. Potentially. I don't think so. That's a little light for potentially interfering with Mississippi State. I'm just going to leave the border size like this because I don't really want to spend the rest of this video trying to properly outline a nice border. We'll do our best not to cut off this HPU logo, which I believe I just did a decent amount of cutting off. But yeah, College of Charleston will take this victory. Yikes. I am awful with coloring. And they will take over a good chunk, or they will take over a majority of the southeastern region. It was bound to happen. I mean, when you somehow upset Florida, you're bound to have issues. If you can somehow upset Florida, you're bound to have better teams attack you. So Alabama State team, the Hornets, doing my best not to interfere with their land. I think I did a decent job for them. Around. This is a lot of land. Oh well, this is where we're gonna have a issue. How big is this? Well, we already have a makeshift border, so we will continue this makeshift border. About in there. It's a big makeshift border, but it is a makeshift border. Probably decrease the size of the border. There we go. Oh, this even goes down to Tulane's land. Just remember that. This is a nice chunk of land for College of Charleston. They will get a logo change because when you go from your small little sliver of land to taking over all of this, you deserve a logo change. You're also going to interfere with Bethune-Cookman's color as well, it looks like. Just like dot right here. And I'll just, there we go. We'll just fill this in right now so I don't have to go back and do it. Let's see, is this the same color? Yeah, it's pretty. It's a little bit easier to tell. The other part though, that one was not. Yeah, this is easy to tell. At least for me. For you guys, if it's not, then apologies. I believe that is gonna be real right there because it's in the correct location. I believe. But another thing, for the Citadel, they are also surrounded now by College of Charleston. So College of Charleston, look at how much land I still have to color in. College of Charleston, it doesn't matter who they're gonna have to play next. If the Citadel, if the Citadel get landed on, which I don't know if they're your team in the wheel, so they are, then I will add it after this. But the wheel lands on the Citadel. No need to spin, as we know that College of Charleston will have their number. Look at this. This is interesting. Unfortunately, because we spent a decent chunk of the beginning in the middle of the video, middle/beginning, looking over for trying to figure out what the heck that team was next to Fordham, we will just be able to do one more spin of the wheel. So you will see who will get the final attack and defense of the video. I will go zoom in on that last bit by Charleston, by the logo. Actually, I think I'll just move the logo before even. Yeah, this is upset of the video. Has to be. And for College of Charleston, you will get a logo expansion. Deservedly, we will put you kind of in the center region right here because of your nice expansion. There we go. That way it's easier to get rid of this, and we'll just do this and fill in and bang. Oh, not quite bang yet. We still have to fill in this part. And now it's a bang. Okay, so College of Charleston. We will take off Jacksonville States, which does not look like Jacksonville State is on here. How about the Citadel? Are they on here? They are on here. Okay, that's good. Just making sure. Last team of the game, the Imperialism to get a spin is the Cincinnati Bearcats. I believe this is their first opportunity to attack. They only have 3 teams that could attack: Northern Kentucky, Notre Dame, and Indiana. It's going to be tough to draw with Indiana. But where will the Bearcats attack to end this video? And it would be southeast, which is the Northern Kentucky. Cincinnati against Northern Kentucky. That was quick. Northern Kentucky. Kentucky. Here we go. Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. Submits. Who will win? It is the Bearcats by 10. They kind of had this game controlled by about 10 from this since the beginning, really. So the Bearcats will end the video on a nice. Will end our video on a nice win for them. And unfortunately for the Norse, the tournament team are no more in this tournament, but they're kind of going out in a similar fashion. They're not moving out of the first round. So congratulations to the Bearcats for moving on. For the Norse, unfortunately, you were one and done, but someone had to be one and done in this little region of land. And for the Bearcats, they will survive one round. Potentially, they might have to play again, but so far they're still in the round of 64. There we go, and there we go. So there, let's expand out before we end this video to see the updated map. We really are getting control right now of a lot of states starting to get a lot of stuff. This southeastern region is really coming together to almost being one team left. We still have Bethune-Cookman, I believe that's Embry-Riddle, and then the Citadel. This New England region is starting to wind down. The Central region is still jumbled up with a bunch of teams. Some of them still have yet to play. We still have some teams over here, which I believe, did Denver play? Oh no, Denver. They're still right here. I saw someone say Go Weber State. They still have yet to play. Portland still has to play. North Dakota State still has to play. Central Michigan. A lot of teams still have to play. So that is the beauty of imperialism, because you never know when they're going to get a chance to play. We had these two teams up here that have to play. I believe one is Niagara Falls University. But yeah, so there is updated map. I'm going to make sure that I get rid of Northern Kentucky if they are on here. Western. No, they are not on here. You can see how many spins we have done right here. 292 results. That is how many teams we have eliminated from the map, from here. We still have 55 entries on here. I still believe there's a couple on here that should not be on here, but I'm just gonna let it go by. So yeah, once again, the final map, or not the final map, but the final map of the episode, our updated map. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. We still have a lot of territory to be gained or lost in these next few episodes. But I anticipate by episode 20, we're going to get down to the round of 32 teams. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Make sure you check out NattyKash's channel. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace.